Hi, I'm Josephine. Today I'm going to review the Abiie Beyond Y high chair. So I've owned this for a year and I love it so far. So let me tell you a little bit more about why I chose it and how it kind of compares to other chairs that I've heard about. So I chose it because it meets all the safety standards. When looking for a high chair, it's really important to find one that supports your child's back and has a footrest. So you want your kids seated at a 90-degree angle with their feet planted on a footrest. So this chair meets that standard. It has a nice straight back. It's not too deep, so your kid's not sliding out. And the footrest is important because you want them to be able to plant their feet on the footrest when they're choking or gagging, and it gives them that extra support to get that food out. So that's an important safety feature. I was also looking for a chair that is easy to clean and looks good aesthetically, and I think this chair meets those marks. So in terms of price, this chair is $200 both on Amazon and on the actual Abiie website. I have noticed sales on the site before, but I totally missed out on that deal because when I needed the chair, it didn't have the deal. So if you're expecting or if you have a newborn, be on the market for a high chair already and try to grab it when you can if it's on sale. I know $200 is kind of hefty for a high chair, but when you compare it to other similar brand name high chairs like the Stoke Trip Trap or the Kigaroo, this one is actually cheaper than those, and I think it looks pretty similar, and it's also made out of wood and has the same safety features where your kid's able to sit up nice and straight and have that footrest. So when comparing against similar products, this one is reasonably priced. Okay, on to the actual review itself. I'll start with the tray. I'm gonna go part by part. So here's the tray. It's very removable. I'll show you how to put it in later. The base is wooden and it has a plastic tray on the top that is easily wiped down or washed, super convenient, and it has this little notch right here for your kid to put their drink. The only thing I have, the only problem I have with this tray is that it's pretty narrow. So most mats don't fit on here, like the Easy Peasy one. That one doesn't fit on here. But I did find that the Anchovy brand suction plates do fit here pretty nicely. But keep that in mind if you're really set on using specific bowls or plates that have suction. This one probably won't fit. You could easily remove this plastic part and put it back on. But one more thing about the width is I do like how it doesn't jut out. So that's a good thing about it being more narrow compared to some of the other brands. So you take it out, put it in. The bottom has this weird, these weird notches on the bottom. I'm not sure what's the purpose of them. I'm not sure if that's supposed to help keep the kid in and not let them slide out as easily. But I honestly find them kind of annoying because my daughter has chunky thighs, and she would sometimes hit her thighs against this, and it kind of squishes her a little bit. So I personally could do without this part. So that's the tray. I'm going to put it to the side for now. Oh wait, let me show you how to snap it in. Super simple. So you could, there's two little buttons on the side, push it in and snap. And you could put it in two levels, so you can make it closer or farther, and you can pull it out. And I usually have my daughter help me push or pull, so she's a little more involved in that. So that's the tray, but the problem with that is you can't undo the tray single-handedly or put it in single-handedly. So if that's an issue for you, then this is probably not a good high chair for you. But you could definitely use the chair without the tray. You could push it up against the dining table and the kid just sit at the table without the tray. Perfectly fine. I'll talk about the 5-point harness next. So here it is. Really easy to put on. There you go. You can always use it without these upper straps when they're a little bit older and they're more stable. So very easy to take apart. And let me show you how to remove the seatbelt. You could easily remove it to wash. I actually bought a second set so that when I wash one set and I'm letting it dry, I could just replace it with another. So this is how you remove the cushion and the seats. Wait, sorry, I just said cushion and the seats. The cushions and the seat belts. Oh, sorry, I have hair ties over here on the back of this one. I'll show you about that later. So there are these little notches here for you to put this harness in. You could do it in 2 levels. So if your child's a little bit smaller, you could put on the lower level right here. If they're a little taller, on this upper one right here with corresponding notches on this cushion over here. So you take them out. Bam. Put it back in. So I've learned that it's easier to have this cushion part out while sticking it back in. If you have the cushion attached already, it's kind of hard to shove through. So there you go. And both of these cushions are waterproof, so the water just slides right off. Let me talk about the seat now. I'll show you the seat belt first since we were talking about that already. So it attaches 1, 2, and the third one is under this thing right here. So let me remove the seat belt. Same concept, hole in the wood and hole in the cushion where you can take it out. Bam. Those 2 are easy. The tricky one is this one that's tucked under this bar over here. I feel like this design was a little bit annoying, but still relatively easy. I was able to take that apart. Whoops, sorry. And let me show you putting it back together again. So this one, same thing as the back seat where it's easier to do it with the cushion detached and just stick them through separately. There you go. Bam. So that's how you take the seatbelts out and put them back in. So I have the white cushion. The seat actually comes in multiple colors. You could take a look at the website to see what other colors there are. I haven't had any problems with staining for the white one. My daughter's eaten like spaghetti and a bunch of different stuff on here before, but I've always been able to get food off and the color off. I haven't had long-lasting issues. You could take a look if you could see any stains. I've been using this for, so no staining. The only problem I have with this seat is this weird little, I don't know if you can see it, right over here. So there's this little notch right here where it's a crevice where liquid can get stuck in there. So if your kid spills a drink, it can slip through the seatbelt hole. Or in my daughter's case, I sometimes let her go diaper free and she sits on the high chair without a diaper, and sometimes I forget to put a pad underneath her and she pees and it goes through the hole and gets stuck in this little crevice right here, which drives me crazy because it's so hard to get out. Like I would take the seat out and pee would spill out. It's kind of gross. So I'm not sure why they put that here, but that's a small problem in the grand scheme of things. This chair or the seat, it's easy to put in and take out. There's these little buttons that you press to push in and take out. Let me show you. And you could put it according to whatever height you want that fits your kid. So bam, in, out. I need to rest my foot on the bottom to give it a little bit of support when I pull it out though. But in terms of how you adjust the height, I noticed that with the tray on, the highest you can put the chair is at the, I'm trying to remember when my daughter was little. I think, oh no, yeah. You can use the chair at the highest level, but the footrest has to be at least 2 levels below the seat. Meaning there's one gap. So if you have a really young kid, like a 6-month-old that's first starting to eat, their feet might not be able to reach the footrest. The button right here, the button here gets in the way of the notch right underneath it. So you need to have that gap in order to put the footrest in. So that's that part. So let me show you that again. So this is blocking this notch right here. So the footrest has to be one below. Cool. Oh, another feature about the seatbelts that I forgot, which is just a random nice thing for me to have, is since you can move these so easily, I use these as hooks for my daughter's hair ties because she has so much hair and I always have to tie up her hair when she eats. So that's just a nice little added or unintended added feature. So as we continue to move down the chair, so this chair can hold up to 250 pounds. It grows with you. So let me show you how it would look if an adult were sitting on this. It's not the most comfortable. The seat is very shallow, so you feel like you're kind of on the edge the whole time. But if you're in need of an extra chair or your kid's no longer in a high chair, then it might be a nice option to have. We've definitely pulled it out as an extra seat before when we didn't have enough chairs and we had more guests than chairs. So that was kind of nice. Another thing that I did not like, let me show you, is how over here where you screw in the back legs, there's a gap right here for there's a gap and there's no notch. So when you move the footrest down, you kind of have to skip a level. So for my daughter, at one point, like her legs started her knees started hitting the table. So I had to move her footrest down, but I had to jump down by 2 notches. So that was a little bit too much for her. So she was kind of on her tippy toes for a little bit before she could rest flatly on the footrest again. So that was a little bit annoying. I feel like they still could have potentially stuck something right there if they wanted to. So that's just something to keep in mind. Another added bonus is this bar on the back where I keep all her bibs. It's a nice, easy storage. I don't have to find an extra place for her bibs, and all her eating things are in one area. So this thing is made out of solid wood, and we did get it dinged up a little bit. There are a couple of dents here and there. I'm not sure what we hit, but right here at the bottom, it's got some pretty bad scratches. I don't really know how we managed to do that. Let me take a look around. There are some more scratches all along this back leg as well. And let me see if there are any more. Yeah, I think that's about it. So that's just kind of normal wear and tear. If you ram something into wood, there is a pretty good possibility that it would get dented. But overall, I'm very happy with this high chair, how it looks, how it functions. My daughter seems to like it. She doesn't complain about getting into it. It's easy to clean, and I know it's safe. So yeah, let me know in the comment section down below if you have this chair and you like it or you don't like it, or if there's another high chair that you like better. I hope you found this review helpful, and I hope to see you guys next time. Bye. Oh. I know this mom in the back.